Top morning, laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku was the Pendulum Dragon. See, I'm gonna do like the three dragons because I already did the Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. That's as a Zuko thing. So if you guys want to see, or if you guys want me to do or redo it, I will. Just hit that like button, subscribe, and all that stuff. So Zuko's has this like a power of reflection. Basically, like he can absorb the attack that is long range or short range and throw it right back at the opponent. So like the same thing. But I changed his from, but it's a twice as a damage thing. So he's with he can like flick something, and I'm making his twice as powerful than the Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragons. So yeah, like he does, like every time he attacks, yeah. So yeah, so let's begin. And I'm also throwing in Zumi because it's just a funniness. So actually, I already had it in my head. So Zumi was born first, like she was the bloodborne Hern thing, and her parents decided she needs a brother. So they decided to make one from one of the 4 dragons DNAs. Odd Eyes dragon. Okay, so then they mixed it with like Inko's and Sashi's DNA, and to create this. Yeah. So he was very strong. So as they basically grew up together. So when when Zuko was when he was just a toddler, when he grew up, the same age as Zumi is, age of 4. They both had their quirks checked and like all that stuff. And then, but then when they attain, his, or so during that time skip thing, when they were 11 years old, Zumi looked both ways, and of course Zuko was like looking to make sure she's was safe. So, but he already knows that she already looked to both ways, as some getaway vehicle came out of nowhere as he runs in, pushes her out of the way as he gets run over. Instead of her. As, yeah. He gets back up. As he and yeah, because he can also do everything else. Like, I kind of added Monster Reborn effect in, so he's basically immortal. As, yeah, he like changed his type name, as just like the anime, he grabs the car or the getaway vehicle and slams it onto or just lifts it up, slams it down. Yeah. So yeah. And then he got home, as they thought he was dead. And Zuko was blushing, as, yeah. So now they are 15, and so he protects, or so he goes to UA. And a certain, or when they were walking, a certain girl, or he was gonna trip him, but let's say Ochako caught him with his quirk, or with her quirk, sorry. Yeah, it was just weird, and he said thank you, and so ready, yeah. So they did the written part, but during the robot part, there was a familiar girl. There was two, or a single one that I got from the comments in the what if Zuko was the starving Venom fusion dragon in this video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. As one of them left a comment that caught my eye, and it said Zuko and the dragon lady, or dragon girl. So I decided to like choose what it look, or what her appearance looked like. kind of looks like Momo with with like Todoroki's hair color. And so yeah. As he So I'm skipping the ball throw and the internship thing. And of course, during the USJ, he flies all the way to, and saves Eraserhead from his demise. As he says, you will not touch my finger. As he knows it's not human. So he decides, or the Nomu punched him right in the chest. As he does this thing called fire breath. As he took that hit, like 2,500,000 hits, or 300% smash thing, like ba 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 ba. Kind of like what Luffy does on like those One Piece things, yeah, where he like. So yeah, he basically absorbed it, and when he threw it back, thank goodness he told his sister to get Mr. Aizawa out of here with everyone else, as they all the students, they walked away, or they ran. And when he goes off, it's like when a gun goes off, run. As he shoots, his big old laser thing right at the Nomu, it obliterated the entire USJ and the Nomu. Everyone, like all the villains, or the Nomu died, and all the villains, well, take a guess. They didn't die, they got knocked out because of heat exhaustion. As they couldn't believe when they saw Zuko's peak. They were like, what the heck? As he turns around, walks up, of course, Ochako was like afraid. And sorry, I was trying to think. So, yeah. Next, or like after that, they seen what Zuko's power level does. That was at 10 or like times 10. As yeah. So Momo is trying to calculate, or she created a calculator. So she like she says, well, the Nomu, the one that attacked Zuko, he used the power level of 300. And, or like 300 hits. But when Zuko, like, when he threw it back, Zuko, it says, or Homo is like does a times like 10, and then hits enter. She saw was 3,000. Like his power level. And when everyone looked at her, they couldn't believe that. So, what does it mean? As Eraserhead, or not Eraserhead, oh, as Azumi says, huh, well, I think he has some, or I think my brother has the reflective quirk, or power, as, no, that makes sense, because he took all those hits, and when he threw it right back, it's 10 times powerful. As All Might shows up, as all the pro heroes shows up before, as they see a destroyed aid USJ. As Zuko was with the crowd thing, as they were, or so like Mountain Lady, Midnight, Ectoplasm, everyone came, as Zuko says, that Nomu had such a powerful grip, like the powerful punches. And thank you, Zuko, for telling me to go home and grab everyone. And so, yeah. So, Woodsman was hearing this conversation as he walks over, as he says, well, you're her, basically. I remember you, I don't remember you, but I do remember your sister got into a sludge villain thing. Huh. Really? You know, I was there too, right? As Zuko remembers that when he did that one punch to himself, it, like, when he calibrated it so that it's sound waves. So as Mr. Zender, as he says, "Oh my, can you do me a favor? Use your 300 punch on, or big punch on me. I can take it." And Zuko, okay, as he comes, or as All Might comes out of nowhere, and, or like, he puts his arm back and let it go. Wha-bam! Hits Zuko as there was no damage to him. And now, as he jumps down, or flies down, as he's... Better cover your ears. As he releases it, as the Nomu's molecules thing. Yeah. So, sorry, I'm getting, like, mixed emotions things. So, yeah. That was the past. So, then, now USJ thing. Or, no. The sports festival. I am skipping it this time. And I probably will possibly do it in the Synchro or XYZ one. Heck, I'll not do. Because this is what the 3 of them on the bottom. The Synchro, XYZ, and then now we're on pendulum. So yeah, next, like after the internship thing, they all go back to school, and then the camp arc, or Mall thing. Or actually the camp arc. I'm skipping the camp arc. Radar. Zuko, or the pro heroes knows that he can do the thing. So he was the one that got captured instead of Zuko or Bakugo. So then and of course, Dragon Girl, not a Dragon Pro hero, not yet though. Her and him were dating at a time. So, yeah. The one that looks like... kind of looks like her. Her. And... yeah. But with... Momo's body structure, except for her hair. That's what Momo would look like, or what she would look like, combined of that and her. So yeah. Zuko was basically at the villain's base, he whacked his head as because his head piece thing or his head when it's his head sends up instead of hurts him, it sends a shockwaves. So he basically, when he did that, as he shoots fire out, and yeah. And then, because reason why he got captured instead of Bakugo is because All For One wanted a dragon power to keep him young. Plus, the Odd Eyes pendulum dragons were extinct, except for him, because he was the rarest one. So yeah, as he says, or before the camp thing, I want you to capture a specific person. Who would that be? This so-called Zuko Midoriya. Because he's the one that I'm mostly interested. As, yeah, so the... So, yeah. So they were, like, doing all that stuff. And so Zuko, who can become, as when he activated, boom, yeah. And then when he became, or changed his attribute to Dark Beast, yeah, he literally became Beast, force to be reckoned with, yeah. And then he converted back to his self, as All For One teleports all the villains to where he's at. And then all my he's gonna like All For One against All Might was down but not out. They didn't lose. As Zuko, before All For One comes in with a fist thing, Zuko steps in, took the All For One's attack, as let's say it was 10,000. Do your little calculator in your head or on your phone or something. Let's do 10,000 times 10 mil, or no, times 100. Because he can adjust his level or the size of it. So he's whatever that number is. But Zuko's even took it further. When he let it go, All For One died out. Finally. That piece of crud. Wearing the Dark Vader's mask. Sorry. That was not me. That was the alternate dark version of myself. So yeah, when Zuko activated it, everyone in the around him saw it, as they see how destructive Zuko's powers are. And so yeah, then all that stuff, and I'm gonna skip the ball throw and the dodgeball, sorry, and the overhaul fight because Zuko already won. And saved Ares, as Zuko already knows that he's a Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragons type. So, the Dragon Girl that I said earlier, she was basically is happy for him. So did Ochako. So Ochako and Ochako and Dragon Girl walks up to him the very next day, tells him if he had to choose one of us or one of them. As Zuko looks at both of them, as he says, "I don't mind dating both of you, actually." That's what I come to think. Both of you. As they couldn't believe that through all that time, or in that short amount of time, when he was just got captured thing. And so, but they, of course, Ochako and Dragon Girl, yeah, I mean, dead serious, as, yeah. So Zuko was basically and plus the dragon hero, she wanted him to be in her agency. So then all that stuff, and then what else? Oh, yes. So after they got married, to all three, or all two of them, and Ochako and the Dragon Girl had, let's say, 4 kids for Ochako, but 16 kids for that Dragon Girl. 16, yeah. Because she wasn't just an ordinary human with a dragon quirk. She's basically a dragon. Basically a dragon that has a human quirk. And she's a big girl. Or she's a big. So yeah. And all these species of Odd Eyes pendulum dragons came right back from the graveyard. Yeah. So they all have like immortal ones. As my dad's like, okay, why are they like hit? Why are they things? So yeah, Zuko says, huh, well, let me tell you. As he told so yeah. Sorry. I was trying to like blow my nose out. So he basically, I was trying to think about it too. So yeah, my dad's like, I can't believe that you brought the entire species back. Sorry.